I have a new little guy this year. I'm going to call him Duncan. That's not his real name, but Duncan is on the young side. It is summer birthday, and having a little bit of difficulty with self-regulation. Duncan is constantly on the move. So our group meetings at the beginning of the year, really short. They last 5 to 10 minutes. And I'd say during those 5 to 10 minutes, Duncan probably found 5 to 10 new places to sit, touching the other children, asking them questions, right? Being distracted by what was going on around him. Full of energy, right? Always exploring things. Duncan removed a sidewalk grate so that he could figure out what was underneath it. He tried to find so many new ways to use those scissors, right? Could they cut hair? Could they cut clothing? He was constantly moving around, right? Taking something out, dumping it, moving on to the next thing, taking it out, dumping it. He would ask other children to join their games, play for about 20 seconds, and then abandon them. Maybe you have a Duncan. I'm Nicole Trevillas-Fravel, and this is Wildwood Teaching. And today I want to talk a little bit about how being outside can help children with self-regulation. So first, let's define what is self-regulation. So self-regulation is one of those all-important executive functioning skills, right? Those habits of mind that help all of us control our impulses, understand our emotions, face challenges. And executive functioning skills are often seen as, soft skills, but they are critically important to children's success academically and later in life, right? Executive functioning is how we persevere through learning challenges, through workplace challenges. It's how we use our emotional intelligence to connect with other people and take on leadership roles. It's how we adapt to new situations, new teachers, new challenges. And so for young children, self-regulation enables them to block out those distractions, to take a pause before acting or reacting, and to overcome frustration and setbacks. And so I've come up with 4 different ways that I think that nature and outdoor learning can help children like Duncan develop self-regulation. So 1, nature improves overall health. Research consistently demonstrates the effect that being outside has on our nervous system, reducing anxiety, making us feel less stress, giving us better sleep. So when children feel calmer, when anyone feels calmer, it is much easier to self-regulate. This is why I am not at all surprised by the new studies coming out that say that time outside, time in nature reduces the symptoms of ADHD for children, because ADHD is all about self-regulation, right? Focusing and eliminating the distractions. And so for Duncan, the more time he has spent outside, the more he's able to relax into situations, the less he's been, running away from me when I attempt to intervene and say, let's talk about how we do use the scissors. And at the beginning of the year, that was, oh, wait, Nicole's coming toward me, I'm running the other direction. And now it's more able to take that pause, breathe a little bit, listen to what the suggestion is. So the second way that nature helps children and being outside is just that energy release. So for children like Duncan who need to move, we have the space for him to run, to climb trees, to clamber over logs, to explore everything out in nature, right? So he can learn through moving, he can learn through touching everything. And then combined with some breath work, that provides Duncan a greater ability to join our group times with other children because we're doing that exploring, that playing, that getting the energy out first. And then we're starting our group times with, let's do our flower breath. Let's sniff that flower and then blow the petals all around so that Duncan can feel the difference, right? He has that chance to get the energy out, but then he can also tune into his body. I can feel where that high is, and now I can bring it back down to the low so that I'm ready for 5 to 10 minutes of listening to other people. So I think another way, the third way that being out in nature helps children is it gives them responsibility and confidence. So for Duncan, he loves to be in control of something, right? And I think this is true for most young children. For most young children, their world is decided for them. And this is a constant battle cry for me. If we want children to self-regulate, if we want them to self-control, then we need to give them things that they can control. So for Duncan, he loves being responsible for our classroom, right? Raking the leaves, watering the plants in the garden, right? Feeling important. He likes saving bugs, right? Moving them from where we might step on them to somewhere else. I am not going to lie. The very first bug that Duncan picked up got squished. So we have to learn that gentle touch, right? That's, again, slowing our body down, being able to regulate our movements. But by feeling like your movements matter, that gives you a reason to self-regulate. And that is helping Duncan feel important and feel like, okay, I can do this. I can be in control of some things. And there's a reason to do it. Right. So last reason that I think that being outside, being in nature helps children is that it gives them an opportunity to practice facing challenges. Now, we face challenges every day as a group. So at the beginning of this year, walking into the forest on our regular trail, the teacher who's at the beginning of the line noticed that due to the windstorm we had had the night before, there was a tree that had cracked all the way through. It was still standing up. It was still standing up. It was on it, but it had a crack through the middle, which really meant like it took one little wind, maybe one child bumping into it, and that very tall, very heavy tree was going to fall directly onto our path. And so she made the call right there and then, we need to turn around and find a new path. That is a chance for the children to see teachers modeling it, to practice it. This was our plan. Our plan didn't work out. We don't get to go to where we wanted to go today. We're going to take a new path. We can problem solve our way around it. We're going to contact our parent who's in the forestry service, going to take care of it eventually, but not today, right? We also have small ways every day this year. We have experienced every kind of weather. We have had the sweltering 95-degree heat. We have already had rain. We have had our chilly mornings where we need to have our sweaters and make decisions. Tune into our body later on. Do we need to take some layers off? Now, these might seem like really small challenges, but to young children, these are huge opportunities to practice how we deal with frustration, how we deal with challenges and something different, and how we can adapt and be flexible within it. So, all of these benefits of being outside and being in nature, right, contributing to overall health and lower stress, providing some energy release, giving children an ability to connect with nature and feel like they are contributing and giving them confidence. And then having a lot of time to practice how we face challenges, how we regulate when something doesn't go exactly as we have planned. These are all helping children like Duncan self-regulate. So is Duncan perfectly self-regulated? No, but there's a vast improvement from the beginning of the year, right? I can now have a conversation with him and have an explanation about what's going on. He can gently move things. He has taken responsibility for things that we are doing as a group, and he is still learning. It's a journey for everybody. But it's been a small amount of time, and I've seen a vast improvement. This is the power of being outdoors in nature. And if you want to get your children out in nature a little bit more, I have coming up, I've not finished it yet, coming up something I'm calling 10 for 10. It is 10 very short, less than a half an hour training videos. You can buy them separately. Each one is going to be $10. They are each focused on something small, right? How do you start and maintain a school garden? What do you do on walks with children? Because they are meant for you to control one thing that you want to, you choose, and get you outside. Get the children outside in a very easy way to implement it right away. So be on the lookout for that. And then join me here next week for another episode of Wildwood Teaching, when I will be talking about all of the fantastic things that you can do with fall acorns. I will see you there.